Afternoon. This is News Track coming to you live from our Rethel studio. My name is Kermun Gukas. The House of Representatives has begun clause-by-clause consideration of President Bola Tinubu's executive bill seeking the establishment of state police, with lawmakers indicating they might adopt Senate-passed version of the legislation with only minor adjustments. Speaking at the meeting of the House Committee on Constitution Review yesterday, the Deputy Speaker of the House and Chairman of the Constitution Review Committee, Benjamin Liu, said the House will leverage the work already done by the Senate to expedite the passage of what he described as a priority constitutional amendment aimed at strengthening Nigeria's security architecture. Liu recalled that the House had earlier passed its own constitution alteration bill on state police on June 11 before proceeding on recess. However, lawmakers rescinded that decision on July 14, following the transmission of President Tinubu's executive bill to enable consideration of the bill. You may recall that on June 11, before the recess, the House considered and passed the Police Constitution Alteration Bill. However, following the introduction of an executive bill by the President, that decision was reversed by the House on July 14 to enable consideration of the executive bill coming from the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Liu said. He explained that the President, as Commander-in-Chief, was best positioned to initiate comprehensive security reforms capable of addressing the country's evolving security challenges. According to him, the executive bill has already passed first and second readings in the House, while the extensive stakeholder engagement held during the National Assembly Open Week fulfilled the public hearing requirement for the legislation. Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang has tasked micro, small and medium enterprises, youths and women to embrace artificial intelligence and entrepreneurship as tools to change the economic narration of the state. Governor Mutfwang threw the challenge at a skills activation pilot training held at Novel Suites, Jos. Our correspondent reports the training was organized by the Plateau State Microfinance Development Agency, Plasmida.
Declaring open the pilot training on AI skills activation for staff of Plasmida, MSMEs, youth and women, Governor Caleb Mutfwang, represented by the Secretary to the Government of the State, Samuel Jatau, said embracing artificial intelligence and innovation are key to positioning Plateau State and Nigeria for the future. Governor Mutfwang urged participants to take advantage of the training and mentorship available to build enterprises that will create jobs and change the economic story of Plateau State, stressing that his administration is youth-friendly and committed to inclusion beyond 2027.
It's an exciting thing to see that people are interested in AI, because AI is the future. AI is what is driving the world today. And if we want to be part of the change going forward, then we must also adopt what is going on now.
He assured that government will continue to support ventures that drive growth and development. Director General of Plateau State Microfinance Development Agency, Plasmida, Bonkamwie, said equipping citizens with artificial intelligence skill is now essential for business growth, job creation, and sustainable development. He explained that the training will focus on practical applications rather than theory alone.
Participants will be introduced not merely to the theory of artificial intelligence, but more importantly, the practical applications that can immediately improve workplace productivity, enhance business operations, simplify administrative processes, and strengthen customer engagement while we unlock new economic opportunities.
Goodwill messages were received from lead facilitator, Primex Peak Point Services, Donald Sofu, Chairman Plateau State Youth Council, Panan Gonden, and the representative of Mentors, Abigail Bugama. In Jos, Joseph Langwa.
Now, the Independent National Electoral Commission has opened its recruitment portal for the 2026 employment exercise, inviting suitably qualified Nigerians to apply for entry-level positions across grade levels 07, 08, 9, 10, and 12. The application portal opened on Monday, July 20, and will close on Monday, July 27, according to a notice cited on the Commission's website on Tuesday. INEC said the recruitment is aimed at strengthening its institutional capacity in electoral administration, voter registration, data management, and election logistics for the effective discharge of its constitutional mandate. Applicants can submit their applications online through the Commission's recruitment portal by creating an account, completing the application form, and uploading the required credentials. The Commission stressed that the application is free of charge and warned applicants against submitting false information or forged documents, saying offenders would be disqualified and may face prosecution. For the professional cadre, which is grade levels 09, 10, and 12, available positions include accountant, clinical officer, lawyer, ICT officer, engineer, and quantity surveyor. Applicants are required to possess a bachelor's degree or its equivalent and, where applicable, a master's degree in the relevant field from a recognized institution. They may also have relevant professional certifications such as NBA, COREN, NSE, NIQS, ICANN, ANAN, or CPM. At least 2 years of post-qualification experience, an NYSC discharge or exemption certificate, as well as strong analytical, communication, problem-solving, and ICT skills. For Administrative Officer 2, which is grade levels 8, applicants must possess a bachelor's degree, higher national diploma, or equivalent qualification in the social sciences, humanities, or sciences from a recognized institution. They are also required to present an NYSC discharge, exemption, or exclusion certificate, possess good knowledge of data management and record keeping, and demonstrate proficiency in Microsoft Office and other ICT tools. Executive Officer grade levels 7. Applicants must possess a national certificate in education or its equivalent from a recognized institution with good knowledge of computer operations, data handling, communication, and organizational skills. Now, the Plateau AIDS Control Agency, PLACA, has inaugurated an 11-member committee for the development and domestication of HIV anti-stigma and discrimination bill in the state. Executive Director of PLACA, Esther Turaki, said the inauguration is part of efforts to protect the rights of people living with AIDS and HIV in the state. Our correspondent covered the event held at the Joseph Gomok Secretariat.
Plateau State has an estimated number of 51,370 people living with HIV, with the prevalence rate of 1.6% according to Nigeria HIV/AIDS Indicator and Impact Survey 2018. Findings from current studies in some health facilities in the state, according to PLACA, shows that 62% of people living with HIV experience internalized stigma, with additional reports of discrimination in health facilities, workplace, and communities. Though the Anti-Stigma and Discrimination Bill was passed during the 7th State Assembly, but was not assented to by the then governor of the state. Inaugurating a committee for the development and domestication of the state HIV Anti-Stigma and Discrimination Bill, Executive Director of Plateau AIDS Control Agency Esther Turaki said stigmatization and discrimination has become a threat to HIV response in the state, hence the constitution of the committee.
The establishment of the committee reflects the commitment of the current leadership of PLACA to work collaboratively with stakeholders to ensure that the bill is successfully reviewed, because we have some other bills that we'll look at and also develop that of the state, refine and where necessary, and presented for legislative consideration and eventual assent.
Deputy Chairman, House of Assembly Standing Committee on Health, Non-Ballistic, noted that the House would prioritize and push for the domestication of the bill.
For us, even under the rain, under the sun, at night, day and morning, the sincere advantage to prioritize this work. Yeah, we've checked our archive at the level of 7th Assembly. We saw the work.
Responding chairman of the committee, Christopher Damter, appreciated Plaka for finding them worthy and pledged to do a thorough job. The terms of reference of the committee include developing and validating a comprehensive, rights-based draft Plateau State HIV anti-stigma and discrimination bill and implementing framework that promotes equal access to services and protects the rights of people with HIV and other vulnerable populations. I am Gokop Timothy.
Meanwhile, the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, has fixed Wednesday, August 5th, 2026 for the commencement of the 2026 Batch B Stream 2 orientation course across its orientation camps nationwide. In a statement, the NYSC Director of Information and Public Relations, Caroline Mbu, said the 3-week orientation exercise will hold simultaneously in the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, and will end on Tuesday, August 25, 2026. The scheme also announced that call-up numbers have been uploaded to the dashboards of prospective corps members, while call-up letters will be made available in due course. The Director General of the NYSC, Brigadier General Olakunle Nafiu, congratulated all prospective corps members mobilized for the 2026 Batch B Stream 2 service gear on the successful completion of their studies in higher institutions within and outside Nigeria. He urged them to travel safely to their respective orientation camps, avoid night journeys, and strictly observe all travel and safety guidelines throughout their trips. A one-day in-house training was on Monday organized for reporters and editors of the Plateau Radio Television Corporation to strengthen their professional capacity and skills in the use of smartphones for news gathering and editing. The training was held at the newsroom of the corporation in Rayfield. The report.
The one-day in-house training for reporters and editors of the News and Current Affairs Department was aimed at improving their knowledge and skills on how to capture quality videos, conduct interviews, and edit stories with smartphones. Speaking at the opening of the training, a director in the department, Friday Derwam, said the training reflects the department's commitment to improve its workforce. Derwam, while appreciating the management for providing an enabling environment for reporters and editors to thrive, appealed to participants to apply the knowledge gained in their daily newsroom activities.
Prtvc has always set the pace when it comes to professionalism, and with this support from management, we want to assure that we are going to take absolute advantage of what is before us.
One of the facilitators, Anita Malum, emphasized the importance of proper pre-production, production, and post-production in video production.
So when you go, you survey the room, you check out the lighting, check out the sound, the kind of sound that you have. In this room, which angle will be the best that will give you the best light?
Another facilitator, Josiah Praise God, who focused on the use of CapCut for editing, demonstrated how smartphones have transformed news reporting by making it possible for newsmen to gather, edit, and transmit stories from any location. Some of the participants, Yaksat Maklek and Deborah John, appreciated management of the department for the initiative, saying it would improve their knowledge and skills in producing reports.
We only need to keep updating our knowledge about the recent technology and every other way we can make production better.
To be able to use my phone to do my voiceover, to do my post-production, I should give a perfect story using my phone.
In Jos, Modesty, Nianglong.
The federal government has disclosed that 13 of the 50 oil and gas blocks offered under the 2025 licensing round will be returned to the licensing basket after failing to attract bids. The chief executive of the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, Orisemeyiwa Eyisan, disclosed this on Tuesday at the 2025 Commercial Bid Conference in Abuja. Ayisan said while 50 blocks were initially put up for bid, only 37 received representations from prospective investors. According to her, almost 300 companies initially expressed interest in the licensing round, reflecting renewed investment confidence in Nigeria's upstream petroleum sector. She explained that the number of interested companies was reduced to 196 after the pre-qualification stage before advancing to the technical and commercial evaluation stages. According to Eyisan, 143 companies eventually participated in the commercial bid process, submitting about 200 bids. Punch Online reports that the 2025 licensing round was announced on November 11, 2025, in line with the Petroleum Industry Act 2021, with 50 oil and gas blocks offered across 7 sedimentary basins. The assets comprise 16 Niger Delta onshore blocks, 18 shallow water blocks, 1 deep offshore block, 3 blocks in the Benue Basin, 4 in the Anambra Basin, 4 in the Chad Basin, and 4 in the Benue Trough. The bid portal opened on December 1, 2025, while a pre-bid conference was held on January 14, 2026 in Lagos to guide prospective investors on the bidding requirements. Registration and pre-qualification submissions closed on February 27, 2026, with the pre-qualification process completed on March 16. Kanam Local Government Council has received an award of excellence as the overall best for accuracy and timeliness of immunization data reporting in the Central Zone of Plateau State. The award was presented during a joint review meeting organized by the State Ministry of Health in Jos. The feat, which was achieved through efforts of Head of Monitoring and Evaluation Unit of the department, is with the support of the Primary Healthcare Development of the local government. Receiving the award, Gloria Bahago appreciated the council chairman of Kanam, Salihu Musa, for his support to the health sector. She explained that the chairman's support in various areas has also facilitated the success of the exercise. Bahago further pledged that the department would continue to generate high standards and quality data to boost healthcare delivery in the locality. Now, Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to youth empowerment, talent development, and peace towards peace building through sports. Governor Mutfwang gave the assurance at the grand finale of the Governor's Cup 2025 held at the mini stadium, Bukos local government area. Our correspondent has details of the report.
Addressing the jubilant crowd after the final match, Governor Caleb Mutfwang, represented by the Secretary to the Government of the State Samuel Jato, commended the spirit of sportsmanship displayed by all teams. Governor Mutfwang praised the quality of football on display and assured that government will continue to discover and expose local talents to national and international platforms. He congratulated Boko's local government area for emerging champions and wished all participants the best.
Everybody is happy, everybody. This is the time of unity, the time of celebration for all of us. He said to tell you that the Governor's Cup can only be better, can only get better and better as we go on. We are already working on fixing the Rwambata Stadium, as you all know. Maybe by the grace of God, the next one will be there.
The The final play between host local government Bokos and Mangu ended goalless in regulation time, but Bokos later emerged victorious after winning 4-2 on penalties, sending supporters in celebration. In the third place match play earlier, Lantan South local government area defeated Wasi 2-0. From Bokos local government area, Joseph Lonko.
Now on the foreign scene, Africa has for the first time become the continent with the largest number of people facing hunger. A UN report said Tuesday, as a growing number of Africans have faced undernourishment. The UN's annual report on food security and nutrition found that there have been gradual improvement towards reducing hunger overall in recent years, but that progress has been uneven. The report, put together by the FAO and 4 other UN agencies, estimated that hunger affected 309 million people in Africa last year, or 20% of the population. A close-up of a malnourished child's hand holding a tiny portion of rice, emphasizing the severity of malnutrition. It was followed by Asia, where 292 million people were touched by hunger, or 6% of the population. Overall, the population of the world population facing hunger decreased from 8.6% in 2022 to 7.8% in 2025, the UN agencies estimate. While that represents a drop in 43 million people to 645 million, the agencies noted that it is still higher than before the COVID pandemic. The prevalence of undernourishment has also been on the rise in Africa since 2017, although the UN agencies said the most recent estimates point to signs of a turnaround in 2025. Meanwhile, the percentage of people who cannot afford a healthy diet has increased in Africa since 2021, while it has decreased in other regions of the world. 2/3 of Africans, that is 66.6%, cannot afford a healthy diet, more than double the level in Asia. And that wraps up News Track. Do remember to stay tuned for global news at 6:30 p.m. as well as news update at 10 p.m. Thanks for watching.